All right, Sean, thank you so much for having us out today. I really appreciate it. I know you guys have a ton of going on, a lot of moving parts around here as you get ready to open up your newest venture, which we're here to talk to you a little bit about. I spend most of my time weekly speaking with the top agents here in town. And, as it probably doesn't come as a surprise, a lot of people know who you are. They know the other ventures you're a part of, be it Livingstone Design and Build or Ideology. But when I get around to talking to them about Atelier Maison, it's a relatively unknown name. So if you could, would you give us a quick introduction about what this place is all about? What led you to this amazing showcase of a facility? And just share a little bit about what you're all about.
We felt like there wasn't a good fit for furnishings and the type of architecture that we were designing and building. And so yes, there's lots of places in Asheville to buy furniture, but there's a couple important components. Number one, you want to find something that's trade friendly. Number two, you've got something that you've got to match up aesthetics. And then number three, which is the biggest, most overlooked component of furniture today, and that is the green element. What green is really important for is indoor air quality. And so when we focus on a green home, we're talking about indoor air quality. And the reason why we started this company is because ourselves, our friends that are builders, our friends that are designers, architects, realtors, we're moving people into new homes that are tight and energy efficient, and they're breathing everything that they're bringing into that house. And so we need to focus on the indoor air quality content.
That's interesting. I mean, I've never really, obviously a popular term idea these days is building green and having a more sustainable lifestyle. But I'd never really, until I met you guys, I'd never really given much thought to it as an actual air quality issue. I'd really thought it was more trying to do what's right for the environment. But I mean, do you see? I guess there is actual people that get sick, have medical issues from some of the toxins. I mean, what is it about regular furniture or just production furniture that causes problems?
Well, and understand that if you're building an Energy Star home, you're focusing on the envelope. So it's like licking an envelope and sealing it. You're trapping everything inside. And so then that goes into green. So green has to do with 8 different variables. You've got site, you've got water, you've got air, you've got renewables. All these things go into it. But ultimately, we got interested in indoor air quality because the very first green home we built, we lived in for 7 years. And at that time, it wasn't a requirement to get a radon test. So we lived in that house. When we sold it, the buyers wanted a radon test. And we discovered that we had radon in our home. Oh. And I thought, wow, we built a green home and we were living there all this time with the indoor air quality polluted by radon. And so from that point on, we started paying attention to the specifications, even closer attention to the specifications that we were putting into a house. So ultimately that led us into Air Plus.
Okay.
Indoor Air Plus is a third certification most of our clients will get on their homes. The point being that we can do all these things and we can control these things as builders and designers and architects and realtors, but once we hand the keys over to the client, we don't know what they're doing after that. And so when we talk about whole living, we're designing green, we're building green, and when we move the client in, we want to teach them how to live green. So there's some behavioral strategies, but furniture and furnishings are some of the biggest polluters and contributors to poor indoor air quality.
Well, that's a lot. That's a lot to think about. I mean, it's interesting to me that you've got, this showroom, very soon, we're going to have a lot of people in here checking this place out. And it blows me away when I come in here that there's amount of options. I mean, it seems like, there's nothing that looks any different than any other piece. I mean, these look like very high-end, luxurious pieces. So I don't know. I think there's been a misconception out there, at least I had in my own mind, sure, that it might have led me to a certain level of product or a certain aesthetic. But I mean, the stuff that I see in the showroom is incredible. What are some of the components of the furniture that makes it toxic? I mean, what is it? Yeah. What's the difference? Okay, obviously green versus not green. What is the difference?
Great question, Charles. And it's just like any other product. You can get a little green all the way up to completely non-toxic. The chairs that we're sitting on right now are completely non-toxic. But to answer your question, there's 5 different ways you can be poisoned with furniture. And not all furniture is toxic. There's varying degrees, but here's why. You've got the frame. Is the frame solid wood or is it glued together? if it's glued together, those glues are they're off-gassing. Okay. Then you've got the type of finish on the frame. So is that finish a off-gassing chemical? Is it low VOC or is it no VOC? Then you've got the fabric that goes on the frame. Then you've got the filler, and that's usually filled with chemicals. And then you've got the flame retardant or the fire retardant on top of that. So there's 5 different ways. So what we've done is we offer all different lines, and you can even build your own furniture here. You can get deck labels. You can have your name put on your furniture. But one of the things I really like is that we've come up with this leaf system.
Okay.
And so we have a great graphic that we've put together that shows all the different components of what could be considered green. And then if it's a 1 star, there's some green qualities to it. If there's 2 stars, there's a lot of thought been put into it. If there's 3 stars, it's the best that you can get for indoor air quality. But you're right, we're not just focusing on just green furniture. It's got to be stylish, it's got to be beautiful.
Has to be.
And you got to be able to customize it. The other thing that we really felt like was missing was one-of-a-kinds. And so we've got a lot of one-of-a-kinds. And that's why you feel like you were saying earlier when you saw different types of product in here that you're not used to seeing. That's because we've gone around and we've searched for these one-of-a-kinds because they go in our one-of-a-kind homes.
Your homes are one of a kind. I love them. So that's incredible. Well, guys, what I don't want to give all your special insights and all your secrets here, but what I would like to do is if you could maybe share a little bit about how the people, the audience can find you, your website, your social media, anything like that, and just tell them how we can follow you to find out more about what we got going on here.
Sure. Well, you can definitely follow us on Instagram or Facebook. We're doing posts daily, but at www.ateliermaisonco.com is where our website will be live with all of the different services that we provide and some of the products that we provide, just enough to be able to give you a sampling before you come in. And we're really looking forward to hosting the Asheville Real Producer event here coming up soon.
It's going to be soon. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to put a lot of bodies in here and show off this amazing place. So, Sean, I appreciate your time today. Thank you so much for sharing a little bit about Atelier Maison. And I guess we will see you at our party soon.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother.